Have you ever met someone who made your heart race, who said all the right things, who made you believe that maybe, just maybe, you'd finally found real love, only to realize later that it was all an illusion? It's one of the most painful lessons life can teach you, that not everyone is capable of loving you back, no matter how much love you give them. Psychologists say that love isn't just about feelings. It's about emotional capacity. Some people are simply not built to connect deeply, no matter how beautiful their words sound or how convincing their gestures may seem. You see, love isn't destroyed by hate. It's destroyed by emptiness, avoidance, control, and fear. The silent poisons that wear a person's heart down slowly. These are the people who may hold your hand, promise you forever, and look into your eyes with tenderness. But behind that charm lies something missing, something broken they've never learned to face. When you fall for someone who can't love deeply, you start questioning yourself. You wonder if you're too emotional, too demanding, too sensitive. But the truth is, you're just responding to an absence, an emotional gap they've carried for years. They don't know how to meet you where your soul longs to be met. And what hurts most is that they often seem perfect in the beginning. Their words feel warm, their presence feels safe, and their attention feels like sunshine after a storm. But slowly, you begin to notice the cracks. They listen, but they don't really hear you. They touch you, but the connection feels cold. They say they care, but their actions feel calculated, like everything is about maintaining control, not sharing intimacy. They want your admiration more than your understanding. They want your loyalty more than your love. Psychologists explain that people who struggle to love authentically often repeat emotional patterns they learned long ago. Maybe they grew up in homes where affection was a reward, not a natural exchange. Maybe they were praised for perfection, but never comforted for pain. Or maybe they learned that closeness is dangerous, that vulnerability is a trap. So now they protect themselves by keeping you at arm's length. When you're with someone like this, your love becomes a test of endurance. You keep trying to reach them, but they never truly meet you halfway. You tell yourself that if you're patient, if you love them enough, they'll finally open up. But love doesn't heal people who refuse to look inward. And slowly, your empathy turns into exhaustion. You'll start noticing patterns, the way they disappear when you need them most, only to reappear when you start to move on. The way every argument somehow becomes your fault. The way they twist your words, making you question your own reality. Psychologists call this emotional manipulation, a subtle but powerful form of control. It's how emotionally immature people maintain power while avoiding accountability. They might tell you they love you right after they've hurt you. They'll apologize, but not to change, only to reset the cycle. Their "I'm sorry" means don't leave. Their affection comes when you're about to pull away, not when you actually need closeness. And for a while, you'll mistake that intensity for love. You'll tell yourself they do care, they just have a hard time showing it. But deep down, you'll feel the truth. You're loving for two. Love is supposed to feel safe. It's supposed to grow through honesty and empathy. But with someone emotionally unavailable, love feels like chasing a shadow. Every time you reach for connection, it fades. Every time you get close, they vanish behind walls of silence. Psychologists say people like this fear being truly seen. To them, vulnerability means danger, not intimacy. So they stay hidden behind sarcasm, busyness, or detachment. And then there are those who use love as a mirror. They crave attention, not because they want connection, but because they need validation. Narcissistic personalities often fall into this category. They don't fall in love with you. They fall in love with how you make them feel about themselves. They'll shower you with compliments, gifts, attention, but only as long as you keep feeding their ego. The moment you need something real, something emotional, they'll pull away. To them, your purpose is to admire, not to be loved. It's a painful truth. Some people love the idea of love more than the reality of it. They adore the chase, the thrill, the fireworks, but when love demands patience, communication, and consistency, they disappear. Commitment terrifies them because it means vulnerability, responsibility, and the possibility of rejection. Psychologists describe this as avoidant attachment, a fear so deep that staying feels more dangerous than leaving. You'll notice how they always keep one foot out the door. They'll say things like, "I just need time," or "I'm not ready for something serious." And at first, you'll think that's honesty. But over time, it becomes a shield, a way to keep you emotionally available while they stay detached. You'll find yourself waiting for them to choose you, not realizing that indecision is a decision in itself. And then there are the critics, the ones who disguise cruelty as honesty. They'll point out your flaws, correct your words, question your dreams, and call it helping you grow. But real love doesn't humiliate, it uplifts. Psychologists explain that chronic critics often suffer from deep insecurity. They diminish others to feel powerful. They can't celebrate your success because it reminds them of their inadequacy. So they pick, prod, and provoke until your self-esteem starts to fade. But maybe the most heartbreaking relationship of all is with someone who sees you as a project, not a partner. The fixers. They fall for your pain, not your peace. They feel needed when you're struggling, but uncomfortable when you're thriving. At first, their care feels like devotion. They check on you, support you, stand by you, but eventually, you realize they love your brokenness more than your wholeness. Psychologists warn that these people aren't truly in love with you. They're in love with the role they play in your story. And then there are the opportunists, the ones who love your lifestyle more than your soul. They're attracted to your stability, your connections, your influence. With them, affection feels transactional. Their warmth appears when they need something and fades when you don't serve their purpose anymore. It's a cold kind of love, strategic, not emotional. You see, not everyone who says "I love you" means it the same way. For some, love is a reflection of control, validation, or convenience. For others, it's a game of avoidance. But for a few, the rare few, love is sacred. It's a choice made every day, even when it's hard. If you've ever loved someone who couldn't love you back, know this. It's not because you weren't enough. It's because they never learned how to receive the kind of love you give. Their heart may be closed, their emotions guarded, but that's not your burden to carry. Your love was not wasted. It was proof that you have the capacity to feel deeply, even in a world that sometimes rewards indifference. Psychologists remind us that real love begins with emotional health, with two people willing to look at their own wounds, take responsibility, and grow together. Anything less isn't love. It's dependency, projection, or illusion. So, protect your heart. Don't chase those who make you feel unseen. Don't shrink yourself to fit someone's comfort zone. You deserve a love that doesn't make you question your worth. You deserve a love that shows up, stays, and grows. Because one day, you'll meet someone who doesn't run from your depth. Someone who listens not just to your words, but to your silence. Someone who doesn't love you for how you make them feel, but for who you are when no one's watching. That kind of love doesn't confuse you. It calms you. It doesn't demand proof. It gives peace. And when that day comes, you'll finally understand why all the others never worked out. They weren't meant to destroy your faith in love. They were meant to prepare you for the moment real love arrives.